Hi there, welcome to my channel. The nice people at NYXI Gaming sent over another pair of joypads, but this time around there's a different design and a different grip material for these joypads. I've been really excited to get my hands on these, but back then I was indeed a skeptic regarding these kind of Joy-Cons until I got my first pair of NYXI joypads. From that point on, I could never go back to the original Switch Joy-Cons. With that, I have an offer for everyone. If you check out NYXIgaming.com or visit the link down below, use promo code WOWVGSLTR and you'll get 10% off your entire purchase on the entire website, including the awesome LetsAhSing set of joypads that I have opened up right now, and we'll do a demo and all the cool features such as the lights, turbo buttons, and programmable back buttons. Inside the box you get the joypad grip, very similar to the Joy-Con grip. It's basically an attachment so that you can use these wirelessly, a USB-C cable, and some instructions that have been simplified tremendously over the past year that I've been reviewing NYXI products. This used to be like a freaking thick old booklet, so I'm glad it's down to one page and everything's really easy to see and navigate. But the design for the LetsAhSing crackling joypads look phenomenal, and I'm excited to get these turned on. From my first hold, compared to all of the other NYXI joypads that I have, this definitely has a different grip or different material. It feels more rubberized, so it gives you a more secure grip, and I'm really happy about that, because if you saw the white ones on my Switch earlier, they're just made out of plastic and feel really cheap. But there's the mode and turbo buttons on the back, there's the programmable back button, but so far all of the buttons feel nice, and wow, look at that light up. So the NYXI button actually feel a bit bigger compared to the black or white NYXI joypads, and I actually like that. And how beautiful is a traditional D-pad? That is just a thing of beauty, seeing that on Joy-Cons. And all of the analog stick feel nice and smooth. It doesn't feel too loose, doesn't feel too tight, but all of the back buttons are the same on the left hand side as well. And these light up and have some juice, but look at that. We'll go through all of the color patterns and the breathing mode effect and all of those great things shortly, but let me get this attached to my Switch just to see what it looks like. And I love how it looks right now. Don't get me wrong, the white ones look fantastic, they look clean, especially if you have a Switch OLED. I'm sure that would be a great replacement for the white Joy-Cons for the Switch OLED. So a quick comparison between the old model and new model. So the new model is more concave while the old model is more convex, so they pop up just a little bit more for the white ones, while these ones are a little bit more flat or almost have a bowl going in, so it kind of sinks in or dips in on each button, while this one pops up and is more dome shape, if that makes sense. So whatever your preference is, all these models are still available on NYXI's website. Remember to use WOWVGSLTR for 10% off. Shameless plug aside, let's go through the light patterns just to see how everything looks. So you press the mode button, I believe, and then you start tapping down on the left analog stick, and you can cycle through all of the colors, and it ends up with the rainbow pattern at the end and then back to red. Just to highlight the original joypads, it only has a light around the analog stick, which is really nice and awesome, but I love how there's like an extension of lights throughout the crackling design, so I really do enjoy this. And then I believe if you double tap, it goes into a pulse pattern, which I'm slowing down the video back to normal speed right here, and that's how slowly it pulses, and each color can be highlighted, or you can just specify it to one color, however you want to do it, or even if you want to do it to the rainbow effect can be pulsed as well too. So the same applies to the right side. You just hold the back button to set the lights, and at the same time you just tap down or press down on the right analog stick. You can go through all the colors, get the pulsing effect, change it to rainbow, whatever you want to do. It's pretty much mirrored and identical. So let me turn off one of my studio lights and actually show you what this looks like with a little bit more dim lighting. This really does pop in real life though. My camera doesn't capture just truly how vibrant it is, but when you have this in hand, in person, it does pop and the colors are very bright. So just to show off that this can be used wirelessly, let me get everything set up onto the little grip attachment that they include with the product. But all features work in wireless mode and in handheld mode, the turbo, the vibration, and all of those great things. And this does have 6-axis gyro, so if you are into motion controls, this controller set has you covered. So let me go through the most requested things people always look for regarding these sort of controllers, and let me get that on Animal Crossing. We're going to go through the turbo button first, and then I'll show off how easy it is to program the back buttons on the fly. So as we just get the colors to match there, it's more of a OCD thing at this point. Let me just set up my axe. So if you press A one time in Animal Crossing, you swing your axe or use your item. So if you hold that down, it doesn't do it over and over again, so you just have to keep tapping over and over again. So if you press the T button on whichever side you're trying to set turbo to, if you press that one one time with A, it goes into a press turbo. So if I just hold down A, my character will constantly and consistently swing his axe over and over again. But if you want to get into a full auto turbo, you just do that one more time. So you set it twice. So you do it one more time, and then there it goes, full turbo. So set it one time for push turbo, set it 2 times for automatic turbo. And that's how easy it is to use a turbo button. So if you want to craft a bunch of things, you can craft a bunch of things in Animal Crossing, or you can be a cheater in Fortnite and use a pistol and turn it into a full auto pistol. You didn't hear that from me. But yeah, so the fun thing is to set up the back button, it's really easy. All you do is press the M button on top, the mode button, and then you set that to whatever button you want to set. And I have it set to A, and now I'm pressing the back button for A too. You can apply that to anything on whichever side Joy-Con or joypad you're using. So on the left side, it's really easy to set up as well too. And I think the best indicator would be to get my Nook phone out. I think that's the most relevant button to show on screen that's big enough. So we set that to the left-hand side now too. And I just got to press it a few times, and there you go. We have that all set up. So it's just M and whatever button you want to use, just to show that it works on the D-pad as well too. If you press left and right in Animal Crossing, you actually scroll through all of your items. So I'm going to set that up as the right D-pad button now. So now this is the right D-pad button. Very easy, very simple, just a quick on-the-fly fix if you want to get back buttons set up. So another cool thing regarding the turbo is that you can actually set it to multiple buttons at the same time. So I have A set as the push turbo, X is going to be for my inventory, and just to show that works as well too, I'll set X as push turbo as well. And you can do a mix and match. Some of these can be full auto turbo, some of these could be the push turbo, but I have A set up now, I have X set up, so it's going to keep going through the screen. And to run in this game, you have to hold down B. So it'll be really easy if I can just set that as an automatic turbo for B, so I don't have to like set that up anymore, and I can just run free-handedly without having to hold that down. So I'm gonna set that as automatic turbo. You can see my character is sprinting now. A is still set up to the push turbo, sorry to add a frame, back in there, and then Y is set as the inventory turbo now, so we're all good. You can actually essentially set up every single button with a turbo feature if you're that mad of a person and need all those features. But it's a great thing to know, and it's a great thing to have, especially for games where you do repetitive, redundant tasks over and over again, and you just gotta keep smashing A or smashing B or whatever it is. So I just find that really cool. And lastly, everything I did in wireless mode can be done in handheld mode. So hands down, the NYXI joypads are my absolute favorite Joy-Con alternatives because they're ergonomic. This one specifically right here has a rubberized grip all around the entire joypad, so it feels nice in the hands. The buttons feel great, they're nice and responsive. The analog sticks feel fantastic, and for those interested, there is a link down below, or go to NYXIgaming.com. Use promo code WowVJsLTR for 10% off, and tell them that I sent you over there. With that, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to check out these others, and if you want to hang out with me just a bit more, feel free to subscribe so you'll know when I go live on a stream or actually upload a new video, and make sure you click that notification bell so you know right when that happens. If you want to support the channel just a little bit more, click that join button down below, and maybe you'll see your name at the beginning or end of my next video. I'll see you all soon. Please stay safe out there. Goodbye.